Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. Last month I celebrated my 1-year anniversary of my birth. So, in honor of that, I'm sporting a brand new hat from Aperture Laboratories. Check it out. But don't worry, I still have the original hat that you all watched my original shows with, so don't worry, I'll be alternating between the two. Don't worry, I won't be leaving this hat out of the picture. Alright, so now we've got the hat out of the way, let's move on to bigger and better things to talk about. Today's episode, we talk about Ace Combat Infnity. Now, about a couple months ago, I did a public service announcement saying that the game was going into open beta. So if you download it, you got a chance to play it. So after a couple of months, they've finished the testing and they've tweaked the system. Twerked the system. And now the game is available. If you were one of the lucky individuals who were one of the test subjects for this game, download the game as soon as possible because you'll get a special badge, a special emblem that says you were a test subject for the initial beta. Yeah, so the game was released about a week ago, and now we are giving our review for it. Ace Combat Infnity is really great because it follows so much of the Ace Combat universe, starting from Shattered Skies. It takes place on the Earth in the real sense, where it has America and South America and Europe and China. It's not like the fake countries from the other previous games. Now we'll talk about the pros and the cons of this game. Alright, so one of the major pros is that this game is free. That is right. It's a free game, so I can dig it. That gets major points for it already. You can download it, and it's both single and multiplayer. You get the tutorial, and then you get to play through the first 2 missions, kind of like everyone else did. And then when you get to the 3rd mission, that's when problems start to arise. To unlock the 3rd mission, you have to obviously play the first 2, but you get credits for every mission you play, and for multiplayer. And you need 200,000 credits to be able to unlock the next mission, which I think, I'm not that big of a fan of that. I mean, they're charging us to play the next mission. Yeah. Well, it is a free game, so I guess you have to kind of take with that. So, aside from the main story, there's also the multiplayer, which is what this whole game is about. In multiplayer, you and a squad of up to 3 other people take on a squad of 4. So it can be an 8-person team of 4 on 4. You don't dogfight against each other. You are given a location in the game, and you're given a variety of targets. You have like a low point, medium point, and high point targets. The higher the points are, the more odds are that the target can actually shoot you down. You get points for shooting down certain targets, or for land targets. You get points for dodging, for being a decoy. Yeah, so it's a good team effort thing. But one of the downsides of multiplayer is you have to find a room with people in it, and then when you're loading up to get ready to go, seriously, when you have a full team of 8, you have 60 seconds to figure out if you want in or out. And I've had multiple times where someone has quite literally at the last second bailed on the team, which really irked me. But I can understand with connectivity problems and whatnot, so it gets a little leeway. Yeah, so it's great. So you have the main mission, which is destroy all the targets, and then halfway through the mission, or depending on how many targets you've destroyed, they have a special emergency event, where maybe special bombers will come in, or you have to eliminate enemy jets, or a submarine, depending on your location. And then after that, after you eliminate the main threat target, you have to go back to trying to complete the mission as much as possible. And if you do enough multiplayer missions, then you get invited to a special event mission. And the special event missions, well, with this game, it's a collection of all the story elements from the previous Ace Combat games. Like they have Stonehenge from Shattered Skies, but they also have giant armed carriers or flying fortresses. Like they have the mega super weapons from the previous games. And one of the challenges I've also seen was you could try to take on the jousting jets from the Balkan War, back when they had the Knight system. Also, and speaking of challenges, you can actually do in-game for single player and multiplayer challenges. And if you do this, you can unlock rewards, which are like either fuel points or emblems for your plane. Like you have to score 300,000 points within a 6-hour period, or 30,000. You have to complete 5 co-op missions, or you have to help 20 people within 48 hours earn the decoy award. Visually, the game looks incredible. All the planes are incredibly detailed. The landscape looks good, but since you're whizzing by at over 500 miles per hour at a very high altitude, even though you don't have to look at the environment, they put a lot of detail into it. So everything looks great. It's a great visual, and all the sound is amazing. All the explosions, all the bullets, and the radio chatter is pretty. It is just great. It is great how much detail they put into this. If you want, you can actually use real world money to buy some stuff to help you further along in the game. So so with all the great free stuff we have, some of the stuff is hampered down by either bad connections for multiplayer and for how we have to buy to get to advance to the next levels in the main story. Your credits are also used to purchase emblems for your plane, or to actually buy planes and weapon parts, so you can actually get better jets as you progress through. And if you had any saved data from the beta test, you don't get any of that stuff. You have to earn for it in this game, which is kind of bad for if you've devoted a lot of time to the beta. So overall, we at Aperture Labs, we give Ace Combat Infnity, the free online dogfight game, we give it a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, so aside from the nitpick stuff there, it is a really good game, and if you're a fan of the Ace Combat series, then you'll like it too. I've been playing the Ace Combat series since Shattered Skies, and I've been loving the games. It's a good series. So to Project Aces, keep up the good work, and thank you. And thank you all for watching this episode of Aperture Gaming. Until next time, this is Test Subject 1337 saying, I'll be doing another game review pretty soon. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.